As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hi, I'm Johnny Mack with perhaps the good news I've ever done on the show. And please tell my wife about this one. A wildlife conservation group is encouraging Americans not to rake the leaves. Yes, I agree. Let's not rake the leaves. How about it's Saturday and we just sit around and watch sports all day and maybe play some video games and listen to some podcasts, not rake for 5 hours. I hate the leaves. I mow my lawn. I do the pool. I'll do other chores. I hate the leaves thing. Let's leave them. All right, what's the deal here, John? Stop your rant. The organizers of Leave the Leaves, love it, say songbirds, small animals, amphibians, and reptiles all rely on the leaf layer in some way. Many beloved insect species like butterflies, you like butterflies, don't you? Moths and fireflies use the layer as a safe spot to wait out the winter, and others forage in and even eat the decomposing leaves. You can leave the little twigs and stems too. Many insects like native bees overwinter inside of hollow dried flower stems or in decaying logs and branches. You try explaining that to my wife. It's not going to work. Florida officials announced the discovery of 2 18th century onion glasses. The Division of Historical Resources announced on social media they found some barnacle-covered bottles. They said meticulously slow cleaning and drying the layers was surely a challenge, but the bottles remained intact and then were consolidated with paraloid B72, which, as you know, is an acrylic resin-based consolidant typically used in glass and ceramic conservation. Yeah, we know. Mark Ard is the Director of External Affairs for the Florida Department of State. He told Fox News, while the exact ship has not been identified, the vessel was part of the Spanish Plate Fleet that was sailing from Cuba bound for Spain in 1715. The 1715 Spanish Plate Fleet was lost at sea along Florida's east coast after encountering a hurricane. It is believed the bottles contained some sort of alcoholic spirit. The bottles are very fragile, and for them to first survive the destruction of the ship and then being submerged underwater for over 300 years is incredible. All right, picture this. You're in the steamy jungles of Madagascar. You and your research team discover not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, 7 new species of frogs. And now you have to give them names. All 7 types of frogs come from the frog genus Boophis, B-O-O-P-H-I-S, Boophis, and emit bird-like whistling sounds rather than croaks. Professor Miguel Vences is a man after my own heart. He was part of the naming crew, and he's a Trekkie. And he said that's why we named the frogs Kirk, Picard, Cisco, Janeway, Archer, Burnham, and Pike. White Smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years, and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to caloroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the uninterrupted listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to caloroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
Johnny Mac, you got a world record for us today? I sure do. An Indian man showed off his engineering skills. He crafted the world's smallest washing machine. This one, 1.2 inches by 1.32 inches by 1.52 inches. Not sure my pants are going to fit in there. To qualify for the record, he had to demonstrate that his washing machine was functional and could run a full cycle wash, rinse, and spin. It weighs just 0.88 ounces. Slightly more than 2 Oreo cookies. Today's show's a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. All right. The American Humane Hero Dog Awards have announced their 5 finalists for 2024. These finalists are America's most heroic canines. They will compete for the Hero Dog title at the upcoming awards gala in Florida. The categories include law enforcement, service, therapy, military, and emerging hero dogs. The finalists include Samson, the science service dog who assisted his owner, neuroscientist Joey, in recovering from a traumatic brain injury. Samson learned over 245 commands. Then there's Bo the Bloodhound, who works for the police in North Carolina, who's known for finding missing persons, including children and seniors. Penny's a shelter dog who survived severe abuse and leg amputation and now inspires children as a therapy dog and advocates for animal protection laws in Kentucky. Nikki is a Belgian Malinois German Shepherd mix with the U.S. Coast Guard. Nikki has completed over 250 security missions, including detecting firearms and aiding high-profile events. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you like the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. If you would like the show without commercials, so there's a banner if you're on Apple Podcasts. Click on that. You can get a 30-day free trial. You get this one, and there's like 20 other shows on the network. You get them all commercial-free. You can test drive it for 30 days. After 30 days, it's $4.99 a month. If you're not on Apple Podcasts, there's a link in the show notes that will tell you how to do all that. Although the 30-day free trial is only on Apple Podcasts for reasons that I'm not sure I even understand, but that's how it all works. All right, see you next time.